Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your DevOps SRE DevSecOps coach. I have close to 18 plus years of experience working in multiple MNCs around the globe and having in-depth knowledge of DevOps, SRE and DevSecOps. So I would like to introduce you one certification program in a DevOps, and that is we call it DevOps Certified Professional. Now this is a 2 months of program, 25 tools of DevOps you will learn, and apart from that you will also get the access to the LMS, lifetime access to the videos portal. It's a certification program, and you will have 25 assignments and 2 projects along with it. It's a completely weekend program, so here you have classes on Saturday and Sunday. So as part of this course, you will learn multiple things. Here you see that you will learn Linux, AWS, Docker, Jira, Confluence, Python, Git with GitHub, SonarQube, Maven, Gradle, Packer, Artifactory, Selenium, JMeter, Ansible, Kubernetes, Helm, Terraform, Jenkins, Datadog, Splunk, and Neuralink. Now, how do we, apply for this? So how can you reach out to us? So you have a WhatsApp number and email ID. So please reach out to us and we'll help you to onboard this program. Apart from this DevOps certified professional programs, we are offering other certifications as well in a DevSecOps, SRE, and one of the very comprehensive programs which we have is in Master in DevOps Engineering. Yeah, so feel free to get in touch with us and then enroll for it. Thank you. Okay, so let's get started now. So today I'm going to talk about a few things which I want to mention here. So today on the Git part and at the GitHub part, right? So Git part, what exactly do we want? So here we want Git branching and merging. This is the strategy which I'm going to tell you. Git cherry picking, I'm going to talk about cherry picking. I'm going to talk about Git stash. Here I'm going to talk about Git tagging. So that is something you can talk about the Git Ignore uh, and like that. So these are the topics which we have in the concept of head, which I'm going to talk about. Concept of head, that is I'm going to talk about. And one more thing which I'm going to talk about is Git undoing the stuff. So these are the Git topic which I feel it's very important for you on a daily basis. So yeah, this is the one. At the GitHub label, I'm going to discuss about org. I'm going to discuss about team. I'm going to talk about authentication, authorization. I'm going to talk about the action, which is a CI system at the GitHub, and some webhooks related stuff at the introduction, stuff like that. Okay, so let's get started. Any questions you guys have from your side, all of you? All of you? Hello?
Not now from my side.
Okay. So let's get started. So now the question is, what is head? Head is a, let me go to the repository which we created yesterday. So C drive, and somewhere I created, I think, did I create it here? No. Did I create it? SAT? Yeah, here. So this is the repository which I created. So what is head? So let me open up git bash. So now the question is, what is head? So head basically is a kind of, you can say, reference. It's like it's like a kind of name. For example, if I tell you your name is 4567891 XYZ MNP, something like that, you will not remember. But if I tell you, okay, your name is Joseph, So you'll remember that. So human brain is mind, human brain is, you know, wired like that. So the same way Git, the head is nothing but is one name. So now head will depict what? What exactly it's depicting? So head is depicting the one of the commit ID. Okay, commit ID. So now the question is which commit ID? So whichever that you have checked out, whichever you have checked out, that version you have, but you can check out any versions. Yesterday, last day I talked about it, right? You can check out the older version also. So that will become a head. So it's a basically we call it a tip of the current branch. So right now, if you look at my screen, here is a master branch. What is a head now? So if you see that here, this is the this is the ID. Look at it very carefully. This is the head right now. Okay, A3, A389. So if I show you this way, git show head. Okay, mind it. A389. That's the one last commit head. See here, A389. Now, so now if I check out the older version, so let's say git log hyphen hyphen one align, and here this is the one. It's a short form, okay. So this is the one, and this is the checking out. I'm checking out this one, older version. Now, what is the checkout command? You know that last day I showed you. I'm checking out. So now my checkout, the one which I checked it out, is 5999, which is older. So now the question is, what is head? Let me show you. See here. So head is 599. So head changes. So whatever you checked it out, whatever it can be, top, last commit, or previous commit, that's a head. So that is, you don't need to remember that commit, and you can call it head, and it will work for you. So it's just a name for human. It's for us. Are you understanding, all of you?
Kind of pointer we can say, or
Yeah, pointer. Yeah, you can call it pointer also.
okay.
Okay, so that's a head. Head is a conceptually is a name reference to the commit ID, which you check it out last commit ID of the checked out code. So this is the head, but you will see something like this also. Tilde one, tilde tilde two, like this also. Tilde three, like this also. What is the meaning of it? That here that means if you see that, let me clear the screen and git log one line, that's easier actually. And here, so this is many commits you have. So let me check out the master. Master is always master is a branch which always commit to the last commit, basically. So that way it's easy to remember that. So clear the screen. Now check out master, and here, what is this head one? So it's very simple concept. Uh, this is the one. So head is depicting this one right now. Head one tilde one will be this one, two will be this one, three will be this one. Simple. So if you want to, you don't remember this ID, simply you call it this, and it's easy to work actually. When you are busy in the DevOps, writing codes, automating CI/CD, deployment, and all. So you don't want to waste a time, right? So this is the way. So guys, did you understand, all of you? What is the head? All of you?
That is the last checkout version, right, Rajesh? In fact,
Head represent the last checkout.
checkout version.
Yeah, last checkout. Okay, so now the next topic which I'm going to teach you is undoing the things. So, guys, I hope you remember that yesterday I talked about it. This is a workspace, this is staging, and this is a repository. So, you human means you and me will write a code here in workspace, add it, send to staging, commit it from staging to repo. Are you comfortable with that? This concept?
Yeah.
So now I'll do undo the things. Undo means reverse way. So let's say there's a file here. Can we get rid of the file here? How can we using Git can we do that? So there's one command which you can use clean. So if you have a file here, you can clean this file. You can get rid of this file here. Let's say there's one file which you move to staging. So now this is in staging. So can you send this file undo back to the workspace? How can you do that? Reset command, you can use it. Okay, reset. I'll show you the demo. Now guys, you know what, uh, here you have a file you committed, you have a file you added and committed. So commit id 1 2 3 got created, so and 4 got created, like that. So now you cannot send, I mean, there is a way to do that. When I say get, you cannot, that will be false statement actually. Everything you can do that. But the problem is like a Git is so vast actually. You don't have to practice everything, otherwise you get lost only in one tool. So whatever I'm teaching you, just practice those one. That is more than sufficient to get started with any job or interview. So yes, actually, whatever the changes you have here, this is the commit ID. You can undo the things and get it here also. That is there. But I don't want to teach you because that's not a general scenarios. We won't use it until there's some special cases. So what to do now? So here there was a file here using clean. I got rid of it. There was a file here in staging. I got undo the stuff and sent back to workspace. How can we do undo in the repo level? So undo, you can do something like this. Let's say this is a good commit and this is a bad commit. Okay, bad commit means bad code, simple. Good commit means good code. So bad commit is creating a trouble for your building and testing applications, building and testing process. What you can do, bring back the good commit on top of the bad commit, and now this you don't say undo, but this process we call revert. So you had a good commit, then bad commit. People are shouting at you, saying that, hey, you fill the bill, you fill the UT. So you say, okay, I need the time for doing that. So let me push till I fix it. Let me move this good commit on top of bad commit, so build will not fail. So this process is called revert. Are you understanding, all of you? Hello.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so let me show you the demo now after explanation. So now you see that there is nothing to commit. Everything, whatever the files I'm having here is committed already. That's the reason it's nothing to commit. But I'm going to create some fake file. So file 5.txt. Okay, so this is the file. Now I have a one file which is in working directory. I hope you remember that concept. So this is the working directory, and here I want to get rid of this files. What to do? Clean. How do we do that? Git clean hyphen f hyphen d, just all. And here you see you can manually also delete that. You don't need a git for that, which is not committed, and it got cleaned. Now what I will do, I'll create one more file, and this file which you have in the working directory, now I will add to staging area. So file 5.txt I have sent to staging area. Let me prove it. So git status, and here this file we have in staging area now. So I don't want to commit it, I want to send back to working directory. How do I do that? So git reset and file 5.txt. Let me tell you here, reset is a very powerful command. This has a lots of combinations. So I'm not explaining you all the combination, and it'll become a one-day program for the reset only. It's a huge one. So many scenarios you have it actually. But one of the scenarios which I'm showing you, which you use every day. So now you see that here it was in staging area. I reset it. It's called soft reset, by the way, and send back to the file to this one. Now I need to show you the revert. So for that, let me do the good commit actually. So touch. Uh, so let me touch good.txt git add git commit good commit. Are you okay with this code, all of you? All of you?
Yeah.
So I committed it, good commit. Okay. Now I will do the bad commit also. So good commit is done. Bad commit. I'm doing this. So now you see that there is a good commit I committed, then bad commit. How do we revert back to that? So before that, let me show you one line statement for the commit. So here you see that there is a good commit. B7 is a good commit, mind it. And bad commit 4.5. So if you want to see the difference between this ID and this ID, there will be difference which is a good.txt, bad.txt, sorry. So this is the difference actually between these two commits. So now what I want, this good commit should be on top of the bad commit. So how do we do that? So git revert, which one? Bad commit, this one, and paste it. Git will ask you, hey, why you are reverting it? You have to give the reasons for it. WQ save and exit, and revert has been completed. So now if you see that one line. So now theoretically, this good commit and this one should be the same. Between this and this, there should be difference, some difference. So can you see that? So get a diff and this ID, which is a revert, and this ID, which is a good commit, it should be same. And you see that there is no difference here right now. And now if I show you uh, this one, which is a bad commit, and there's a difference bad.txt. So revert has happened. So yes, this is called undoing in Git. Okay, and please practice it. So now next question is, what is a branching and merging?
Rajesh,
So
in
branch,
the in the undoing,
yeah.
like you're doing this command, right? The first command for cleaning and the workspace, G clean minus F minus, I mean, hyphen F hyphen D. So if you have multiple files there, what will happen? Because you're not specifying any file name.
So I have deleted all the files which was there, not added in the staging area. So anyone clean will clean all the files which is not added in staging area and not committed it. So that is the work will be done by clean.
Okay. If you want to clean only one file, then you need to give the file name, right? Git
File
clean.
name, yeah, that's
Okay.
okay. So now I was doing something, and what was doing? Yeah, git branching and merging. So guys, you need to understand branching and merging is very simple, but you need to understand. So first of all, what is branch? So simple, a branch is a way, like you say, hey, this code I am going to work, and you please do not touch it. Simple. It's like a line of development, we call it. For example, you say you are going to write a software feature. So you are going to work alone. So what you will do, you will take a base code, and from there you take a separate branch. So you should not disturb others, they will not disturb you, and start coding actually, or bug fixing also. So why we create a branches? So we don't want to disturb the main line, but we want to develop the new feature on the basis of the same code, and then we want to do the bug fixing which has been released last year and so on. So we don't want to disturb the mainline development and continue separate the coding part, actually separate the line of coding. That's the reason we use the branching. So branching you can use for the feature development, bug fixing, different teams you can create a branches, different geographies you can create a branches. Depends on that, hell lot of scenarios you have it. So now, what are the branches types we have in Git? Okay, so let me create one image which will help you to understand that, because if I talk, you will not understood, but if I show you, probably you'll understand that. So here, this is my local repo, and I'm not going to tell you what is a local repo because last session I said local repo. And now this is my remote repo. Now what is a remote repo and where it can be, I believe you know that. So local repo and remote repo. So guys, here we have a two kind of branches, and in fact three kind of branches, but right now I'm talking about the two kind of branches. So which branches? So there's one branch which is called local branch, and there is one branch we call it a remote branch. Okay, there's one temporary branch also is there. Okay, but right now that's not important. So local branch and remote branch. Now you'll say, Rajesh, what is the difference between the local branch and remote branch? So basically local branch, you can read and write. Remote branch, you have only read only. Okay, that means you cannot write. Now I will say, okay, a local branch I can read and write. That means I means human can work. Yes, you are working on the local branch because that is where you can read and write. Read and write means modify the code, commit, all this thing you can do that. But read only branch, that's a remote branch, you cannot do the commit. So then you'll say, Rajesh, okay, fine, we got the two types of branches, but from where the remote branch is coming? So remote branch is being created representing the reference of this repo, which is located at the remote repo. So this is the code which you have. This is the repo, okay. And when you clone it or when you pull it, okay. So what happens? All the code is getting into this remote branch, and this process we call it fetching. Okay, this process, what we call it, fetching. So all the code, all the commit objects, you got it in the remote branch, which is cannot be modified. And then what happens, this code get merged to this branch, which is a local branch, and this process we call it a merge. Okay, so if you theoretically think about it, pull is basically fetch plus merge. That means when you pull, last day I showed you, that means two activities happening. It's pulling to the remote branch and merging to the local branch here. So fetch plus merge is equal to pull. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yes.
Okay, so now can I show you these branches? So here git branch hyphen a. See, this is my local branch, and for this local branch here, it is a remote branch. Okay, so when I pull it, I will get it here, and from here it will merge to here. Okay, so this together you can do the pull plus fetch is equal to, I mean, pull you can do that, which will happen the fetch plus merge. But you can do separately also. Git fetch also you can run it and origin master. And in this case, when you do the fetch, it will only come to here, not go to here. Okay, so right now everything was done, so nothing to fetch actually. Okay, so did you understand the concept of pull and fetch plus merge and the remote repo, remote branch and local branch, all of you?
I was assuming merge means like from your code to the remote repository,
Your code means
from local to remote repository.
this is a local repo, and it
Okay.
has a two kind of branches. So why this is middleman? Why this is middleman which is being used? So here the middleman is being used, that branch is being used. So you should not by mistake get the code which you should spoil the local branches directly. So what people do normally practice, people fetch the code, check out the remote branch. If they like this code, then merge manually to here to here. For example, how do you check out? So check out you can happen. So how can you do that? So check out this full things. and now you have checked out the remote branch, which I said read only, you cannot modify, and because of that, you see that my git bash is little slow. Here you see right now this is a checkout, so you created temporary branch here, and this you're in temporary branch. Whatever you see is from the temporary branch, so you can check this out, and if you're okay with that, then create a merge. How to do the merge, anyways, I'll tell you later. Got it, all of you? Hello? Yeah. Okay, so now this is called merging process. Now the question is, how do we create a branches? So here, how do we create a branches? So let me explain it to you. Here we have a one by default. You work with the master branch. So you commit, you get one more commit, then you get one more commit, and like that you get more commits, right? So now this is the main master branch. You know that this is the master branch. So now someone has come and said, hey, you have to work on the feature. So instead of spoiling my mainline branch, master branch, what I will do, I'll take a one branch from here and I'll name it fee one or whatever it is, feature one, and then I will keep committing these branches. Okay, and once that every work is done, I will decide how to merge with mainline branches. So first you work on it, creating a different branch, work on it, and then decide how to merge that branch. Are you understanding, all of you?
So every time you work on a new feature, it's going to be a new branch. It's
New
not that you're.
branch, yes. Yeah. So you every time you work on the feature or bug or anything else, you should create a new branch.
So
Okay. So
Rajesh,
now,
let's sorry for interruption. So let's say for the same feature, if more than one, so there are the 3 or 4 developers are working. So in that case, we have to create multiple branch and we have to give them so each developer for the same feature.
see, now again, think about it. You have the answer, but the only thing is you have to think about it. So this is you, this is me, this is a GitHub. So you said I have one branch. Let me draw the picture. So here one branch, which is master branch, and there's a feature one branch. So what you will do, master branch, you pushed it here, feature of branch also you pushed it here. I will pull it from here and I'll get a feature one branch. I will also get a master branch. And if you want me to work on feature one branch, I can do that. And same add commit on this thing, that and all, you know that. I'll send it here and you can again pull it. So this way you can work it on it. That's not a problem. Master branch, V1 branch, or XYZ, any number of people can work it using GitHub or the concept like that. Got it? Yeah. So now the question is, how do we create a branches? Simple. Let me create a branch. It's very simple. I'm in a master branch. From the master, I'm creating a fee one. So there's one branch is created. Let me show you the branch is there or not. And see that fee one is a local branch. You see that? Any remote branch will be having prefixed with remotes. Remember that. Okay. So fee one is a local branch, master is a local branch. So asterisk sign means you are currently having the code from that particular branch in your workspace. So how to switch that? So if I want to switch back, git checkout fee one, and now I have a code in my workspace from the fee one. By the way, both are same code, just a new branch, so there's no problem. But remember that you are in a fee one right now. So what to do now? So let's do the commit. So touch fee1.txt, git add dot git commit hyphen m fee1 one. This is one commit, I did it. This is the second commit, I did it. I'm doing the commit in the fee one, okay? Remember that, fee one. So two commits I did it. So now if you see that here, git log hyphen hyphen one line, in my phi1 branch I have a two additional commit. So here till master is here, and this is the two additional commit only you have in phi1. This is the same scenario which I created. I created a phi1 branch, I continued working and created a few commits, and now work is over. Now what to do? So you have to merge with this branch which is called master. By the way, let me remind you, you can merge between any two branches. I'm merging to main. The reason is I created a phi1 from the main, and main is a main line of the development. So the question was how to create a branches, how to check out the branches, and how to work with that particular branches. Are you comfortable with it? All of you. Hello. I'm audible, right?
Yeah, Rajesh.
Yeah. So that's the way to work on the branches. But now I have to merge these branches. Okay. So guys, when it comes for the merging, there are a hell lot of strategies are there, merge strategies. But should I confuse you those strategy? No, it's not right time to confuse you. But let me give you some pointers in your mind. Lists of merging strategies. You should get list of merging strategy. So many actually we have, and we have a list of it. So see here. So this documents is displaying actually. So there's so many merging strategy you have it. Okay. So depends on the requirements, you can go for those strategy. But right now this strategy is not useful for you because right now still you're getting into that. And once I get it into this concept, which is like recursive strategy, resolve strategy, octopus strategy, R strategy, subtree strategy, so then you'll get lost. So what to do? So I'm going to show you a simple way to do that. That's called fast forward strategy. Okay. So what is a fast forward strategy? I'll explain it to you. In the fast forward strategy, what happens? Uh, you created a Phi1 branch, continue working with the Phi1 branch, and the branch which you created from have a no additional command since then you created a Phi1. And when you merge these two branches, the scenario will be fast forward. Okay, one of the strategies, fast forward. For example, uh, get fast forward. Okay, so don't get lost in that. So git is who's actually, but you don't need on daily basis. So see here, this is the, so here there's one branch develop. You see that here one commit, two commit, follow my cursor. From here I created one branch which is called feature branch. I continue commit, and then moment you commit this one, this will become a fast forward branch. Okay, so this is something which is I am doing automatically. By the way, these strategies automatically Git can decide, but you can influence if you really want it. So how do you merge these two branches? So you have to go to the receiving branch first. So I'm going to the receiving branch, which is master in my case. And now how to do that? So git merge which branch? Phi1 branch. That's all. I'm in the receiving branch, check out the receiving branch, run this command, and the strategy by default it will be taken. And if you see that by default it has taken the fast forward. And now if you see that phi1 and phi2, phi1 and phi11 with this file which was in the phi1 branch, now you have in the master branch also. Next time if you try to merge again, it says up to date. So this is the way you can merge between the two branches. So what I discuss about it, yes, there are different strategies which we have. Okay, like a fast forward, recursive, and octopus, and many other. But right now you don't need to complicate it. So you create a branch, check out the branch, work on it, and then merge that. And by default, the strategy will be selected. Most of the time, recursive or fast forward will be selected automatically. Are you understanding, all of you?
If you put add, what would be the first one? It would be FIA one.
If someone commit in this, it will become a recursive merge. If it is no commits, then it's a fast forward merge. If it automatically commit, I mean someone commit from the different branch or here only, then this scenario will become a recursive merge. So lots of strategies are there. I don't want you to get lost in that right now, so be limited to that. Okay. Okay, so now I taught you how do we work with the branching and merging. Now one thing also I want to add, which is called conflict resolution. So Git is very powerful, and Git is very powerful, and it can resolve the conflict automatically. Okay, it will tell you it is resolving the conflict and stuff like that. But sometimes it cannot resolve the conflict. In what scenario it cannot resolve the conflict? It's a very simple scenario. Let's understand this way. This is this is the master branch. This is the feature branch. This is the file. Same file you have in master branch. Same file in feature branch. Now line number two, here line number 2 of your code, and here you will write a code. Let's say you are calling one function and parameter 1 and parameter 2. Here also line number 2 you write a function but parameter 1, 2, 3. Now this is a confusion for Git is not intelligent, remember that. So Git cannot solve this problem whether the software will work with the 1 2 option or 1 2 3 option. And in this case, Git will say, hey, we have a conflict, you have to resolve manually and then merge this stuff. And this is called conflict resolution process. Are you understanding this? How the conflict will incur? All of you?
What is this M and F? It's master and
Feature branch.
feature one. So it's between your copy. There is a conflict.
It
That means
can be, this concept can be between the any two branches. In this discussion, I'm using master and fee one, but
okay.
it can be between any two branches. Okay, so let me create a recreate an environment for that. So here, what I'll do, I have a file in the master, which is a fee1, vir fee1.txt. This file is you have in the fee1 also, and here I'm modifying Rajesh get session 1. Okay, Rajesh get session 1, something like that. This is my code, and save it. Git add dot git commit and done. So I committed. Now, now I'll go and check out this fee1, and same file I'm modifying the fee1 also. So git one.txt here, and here what I will do, line number 1 make it session 2, and here I'll commit this one also, add it. Now I'll go to the receiving branch, which is the master. So git checkout master, and now if I try to merge, let me show you. So git merge fee1, enter. See, the conflict has occurred. So now the conflict has occurred from the master to merging conflict. If you see the git status, this file is see here unmerged path. This is the one. Now if you go to this file, you have to. So this is from your master. This is from the fee one, and you have to decide which one you want. Which one you want. So okay, I decided I'll go for the fee one content. So rest of the things delete it, save it, add and commit it, and I resolve the conflict. So this is the manual process, and add and commit after that, and you see that conflict resolved. Next time when you merge, it will be taken automatically. Git has a knowledge like you have already learned that. Hello. So Sanjay, there is a noise coming from your side.
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
you mute
Sorry,
it?
sorry, sorry. Yeah, so
Okay. So this is the way you can resolve the conflict. Now, what is the next thing? Cherry picking. What is a cherry picking? So cherry picking is the one which I love it actually. So let me explain it to you. So here, this is the master branch. Okay. This is the master branch, and here you have a few commits. So one commit, two commit, three commit, four commit, five commit. Now let's make it three commit only, and after that you decided you will have a one more branch which is called fee1 branch, and then again you have a multiple commit, one commit, two commit, three commit, four commit, five commit, five commit. Now the scenario number one, when you merge fee1 with master, the options all these commit will come, and here that's scenario number one. But you say, hey, I don't need all these commits, I need only one commit, probably this one. So in this case you have to pick the cherry. Cherry means this is the other small round which you can represent as a cherry. So you say, hey, I want to this cherry only, and then you want to get it. So cherry picking, this is called cherry picking. So you'll get only this one, this commit, and here you'll have a cherry picking. So can I create a cherry picking scenarios? Let me try to do that. So for that, so I'll have to go to fee1 branch. So git checkout fee1, and I'm going to create a cherry picking scenario. So touch cherry one.txt, git add, git commit cherry one. This is the cherry one commit. This is a cherry two commit. This is cherry three commit. This is cherry four commit. I think three, well, last one, okay. So four commit, this last one. So now in the fee one, you got four cherry commit basically, and now you have to pick it up. So I will let you decide which one you want to pick it up. So git log hyphen one align. So tell me guys, which one you want to pick in the master branch? One, two, three, four. Which one? Pick your cherry. Pick your
Two.
commit. Two. Hello.
Yeah, let's do two.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go to checkout master, and here you see that none of the cherry, you will find it here in the master branch. So what to do? I will pick my cherry. Get cherry pick, and to this one. And here you see I just picked that cherry, and it got it. And now you see cherry 2.txt, you got it, and you can see the commit. So here you did not get two cherry one, two, three, four. You see that here? You get only directly cherry two after this last one commit. So this is called cherry picking. That's one of the good
But
one.
how do you get the cherry picking code in the master? Because once you switch to master, you don't see that cherry, right? But how do you
The commit ID I get it from that. No,
you so you
initially
you
when
go
I
to
was in fee when I was in fee one, I
okay.
got the cherry picking no commit ID.
Okay, so then you go there and you
Yes. Okay, so now this is called cherry picking. What is stash? I'll put it in a very simple way. Guys, you are very hardworking engineers, and your manager said, hey, Rajesh, or any John, or anyone, can you work on these bugs? And you started working actually, and you are in mid of the work. So for that, what you did, I'll tell you. So I modified this a lot of files in the master branch. So you will do through ID, but I am doing through command line. ID means Visual Studio Code, Eclipse, and all these other IDs you can use for modifying the code. But I'm doing this faking out. So this file I modified. Okay, some code is there, and then vi, this file also I modified some random files in order to fix that bug. You keep modifying the files. You are not sure, but you are writing your code actually. Okay, so you're writing your code, and you modify this file. And now if you see that there are so many files you have modified, imagine you have a 10 20 files you modify. Right now only 2, but imagine you have 20 files which you modified. So now suddenly he came and said, hey, you need to stop working on it because we have a high priority security issues now. So do one thing, start working on that. So now remember that you have only one workspace for this particular project. So what you will do, option number one, you will clone the repository from in a different directory and start working on it. That's option number one. But that is a really little, 20-30 minutes it will go to clone it, setting up your change your development environment variables, this that and all, a lot of things you have to change in your laptop to different directories. So what to do, Git is providing you very easy option. Do one thing, add it to staging. I added all the changes to my staging. Okay, Git status, you see that all the changes you have in staging, and do one thing, stash it. So git stash and what? So git stash, enter, and I saved it. So that whatever the changes you have is gone to somewhere in temporary areas and your workspace is clean. You see that? Earlier 2 files you had in staging area, and then after the stash you have no file. So where is gone? Look at the stats hyphen list, and there's one oh, list, not hyphen required. So stash list, and then this is the stash. So you can stash as many times you wanted, but one is sufficient for the demo right now. So now you do whatever you want, you modify this. You for that new security issues, let's say you want to work with this file, you modify this file. Just like a normal days, you modify this file, save it, git add, git commit, adding, and then fix that security issues, done everything, you did it. Now you want to come back to stash. So how do you get it? So you have to say git stash apply, and this is the id which you have, and paste it, enter, and now whatever the changes you had earlier stash it, you got it. So nothing is lost, you saved so much of time, and you can continue working on the last things. Understood, guys, all of you?
So Rajesh,
So
how
Rajesh, is it a temporary space we can say stash is something like that?
It is, you can say, your uncommit changes which got stored somewhere in the location inside the repository. Don't need to worry about it. You can get back whenever you want it.
Okay.
Okay, so that's called stashing. Very good one. Get very good feature.
so
Now
Rajesh,
tagging. Yeah, tell me.
so when you stashed, the master branch is different, and then you made changes on top of master branch, right? So now
So,
it
yeah.
changed. When you
It's changed.
bring back the stashed changes and the master, they both are different, and you're working
No.
on one.
So you can what you can do, yeah, that's, I understood your question. So what you can do, you can stash that, and you can just change the branch also. So let's say you could have committed the security not in this branch which I did in the master, but you could have done in the security branch. That is the things. Okay, so it's up to you. You can change the branches and work on the same directory. Though even though if you work on the same branch, it will not impact anything. So let's say now you wanted to commit this one in the master latest revision, then it's okay. But let's say if you want to commit these changes on the before security, so what you need to do, you need to create a new branch using this commit ID. One line, let me do that. You want to create a new branch here. So this was added security issue, so you wanted to create a commit, this commit, you want to create this commit using this id. So what to do, so git checkout hyphen b from this commit id. Where is that? Here it is. And you'll create one new branch, and now you see that this is the new branch created. Actually, this is a new branch actually.
Okay.
Got it?
Mhm.
So that way you can play around it. Okay, so next question is git checkout master.
Normally, you won't have the scenario to change on the master itself, right?
No, you
You
may have it actually. You may have it. Maybe security issues on some other branches. You may have it actually. A lot of branches. In Git, we have a free branching. So that's the reason too many branches is being created. Okay, so now tag. What is tag? So Git tag hyphen hyphen list. How many tags you have it? So I think I have none because I have not created anything. So the question is, what is a tag? So guys, tag is not something a new concept. It's been there from ages. For example, my name is Rajesh, but you can tag me as like a trainer. You can tag me as like a Raj. You can tag me as like a DevOps guys. You can tag me anything, but I'll still be the same object, right? So same way, this remembering this ID is very difficult actually. Here you get a commit ID 40 character SHA value, hash value, created by SHA-1 algorithm. So it's very difficult to remember that. So let's say I created one release using this ID 6 months back. Now how do you search for it? Yes, though you can search by the author, date, comments, this, that, a lot of searches we have. So that you can do that, but it's time consuming, right? So what to do? So whenever you do the release, you just tag this one particular version. That's all. So how do you tag it? Let me do that tagging. So git tagging, I'm tagging this latest commit. Okay, tag release 1.0. Just tag it. Now can I see the list of it? And you see that here, this is a tag. Now this tag, if you want to see that, this is the latest commit, so you can show that also. You can see the details of it. And this is the commit ID. Now you keep committing it, and this release.1, it's a human name actually, and you can in future you can do check out this release one, not this one, release one, and now you see that. Okay, so it's saying you have some uncommitted changes and all stuff. That is okay, but you check it out that tag in future. In future, you'll do that. You can also push this tag. So let me push this origin release.1.0, and this will be pushed to the GitHub. So I hope the authentication issue should not come because token might have expired or something. Let me check. So here if you push this, this came. So here if you push this, next time if you see that, here it will come. Temporary here. Yesterday I created this one right here, and underneath you will go to here, and here tags, here you will come. Right now nothing is there because authentication issues. I don't want to set the password right now, all stuff like that. So guys, did you understand that, all of you?
Yeah, yeah.
So here it will come, and people can pull it also. So you can pull the tag also. So git pull origin and tag whatever you want. So that way, no matter whether it's a release 2 years before, 1 year before, 6 months before, this is the human name. You can get that commit ID. So that is something which is easy to do that. Now next thing is git ignore. What is a git ignore?
Uh,
So git,
Rajesh, in the
yeah.
tag, like if you make some changes and again you're pushing it back, will it be a different version, right? So that is
No, you tag is basically for the labeling purpose. So if you create if you check out this here, I check out the tag, then it should create a branches from this tag, new branch. How do you create a branch? This will create a branch. Okay, you know that. And then Ramu Kaka, and you can check out that Ramu Kaka and modify the changes, commit that, and then again push that, and again tag it. So that is a good process actually.
okay. Got it.
So this is the way. This is the way you can do that. Got
And
it?
tag is unique, or it can be
No,
override as
it
well.
can. It has to be unique.
Okay.
It has to. Name has to be unique. Yes. So next question is, what is a git ignore? So guys, git ignore is not a command. It's a tool actually provided by Git. So why they have provided a Git? So let's imagine, I don't know how many of you are from development community, developers, but if you do the development in Java or something like that, or at least C++, not in Python, but Java and C++ I'm talking about. What happens? Java is a compiled language. So what you do? Uh, what you do? I'm giving you one scenario. You can visualize more about this. Okay. So what is happening? First you write a code in .java, then you compile it, and then it's become a .class. And then if you are okay with that, all the behavior, then you commit the .java, not .class. You don't want to commit the .class because that's a binary. You don't want to send that to. So what happens? Let's say there's one directory mkdir in your work directory. This is your work directory, csat repo1, and here inside there is one build directory, and there's some dummy files which you don't want to commit at any cost. It can be files, it can be directory, it can be anything. Okay, it can be subdirectory, it can be file inside this one of the directory, all this thing. But you don't want to get to commit by mistake also. But you know what, we are human and we will make a mistake. Okay, we will make a mistake. So what, sometime what we will do blindly in a, you will do like this. It will commit, it will add it to staging, and then you commit. The build directory has gone. Now it's gone. It's very difficult to, I mean, it's not impossible, it's very difficult to get rid of it, because that same branches, same repository has been worked by so many engineers actually. So what to do? I don't want this to be added in staging area, so it will not never be committed. That is the scenarios. I don't want Git to add this directory which is called build in the staging at any cost. So what to do? So there is one directory which you can, there is one file which you can create. The file is dot git ignore. This is the file. Okay, dot git ignore. This is specific, case sensitive, please mind it. And inside this file, whatever the files you don't want to commit from the future, so just type the relative path. So relative path like build slash some file one dot txt, something like that. Ramu ram dot x. I'm just giving you example. Right now I have only build. Okay, so like this you can specify the relative location, relative path which you want to ignore it. And now you see that git status, that build directory is not being shown here. That means by mistake also, if you add those files in directories in the .git ignore file, that file will not be added to staging, and then from the staging it will not go to the commit area, mistake will not happen. So git ignore, you can use it for the files which you don't want to commit it, add inside this. Sometime password file, token file, certificate file, build file, directories and all, you can add it in the git ignore. Understood all of you?
Yeah, Rajesh. So as of now, we have seen multiple scenarios so far. So all are green or okay scenario. But are there any challenges which is generally being faced by the developer
So many
in
scenarios.
day-to-day?
You will face so many challenges while working on Git or any other tools. You will feel frustrated, little
Mm-hmm.
lost, and let me tell you, you can call DevOps engineer only and only when you are frustrated. Trust me on that. If everything is green, everything is working, then there is no learnings, there is no debugging, there is no troubleshooting. It will, you will not think of it anything. Your skill will not grow. So in a DevOps, we say 80% is whether it's a DevOps, SRE, or DevSecOps, 80 to 90% of the work is troubleshooting. Okay, only 10% of the work is like very monotonous work which you do with ease actually. So successful DevOps engineer. So yes, whatever I'm teaching you, I'm teaching you to how to use the tools. But yeah, project scenarios, some different scenarios will come, and that you have to deal with based on the errors actually.
Oh,
Getting my
oh,
points?
yeah.
Okay, so that is something. And here errors, if I say, if you say, Raj, give me 5 generic error, I cannot give you because there can be hundreds of error. If you look at the Stack Overflow also, we have at least in Git actually, if you follow the tag in Stack Overflow, there are around 3 million questions in the Git actually. only in Git, 30 lakhs question.
Mm-hmm.
So getting my points? Yeah. So that way.
Yeah.
Okay. So now this is the Git part. Now let's move on to GitHub part. So GitHub, what exactly you have to do? So let's start from the day one. Okay, so how do you start it? So first you create your organization. Let me tell you, each one of your account you created is a one organization, but I want you to create organizations. For example, how do we create organization? Now what is organizations? You know that. I don't have to teach you now what is organization, what is enterprises, what is a company. Simple. So one people can create and manage multiple organizations. So here user account is different, organization is different. So here I am creating organization for my project. So here you can create an organization free of cost at GitHub. Paid organizations also you can create. You can compare which is which you get it in the free, team, and enterprise. Right now, focus on the free one, and you create organizations first time. So this is a free one, and here you should read it. You should go a little slow. I have created so many organizations, so I don't want to create it. So here, if you see that these all are my organizations. These all are created my organizations. One of the organizations which I use for uh, training purpose, which is this one. So now what you have in the organization? So very simple. Organizations will have their own. Just a second. So organizations will have their own people. So right now I have 30 people added in this organization. This is my organization name, and 7 team I have created, and these many repository I am having. What is a repository? You know very well. So now the question is, what is a project? This is something which you want to know. So guys, do you remember that all of you in Jira we created a project, and there we did the Kanban, Scrum, and general issue tracking and stuff like that. Do you remember that all of you?
Yeah.
Yes.
So guys, this is your project. Oh, sorry. This is a Jira project. I'm not saying Jira projects are not a Jira project. It's like a Jira project, like a Jira project. Okay. And guys, when you build this repository and you generate some packages, so where the package will be stored here. Okay. So this is something which you have to use it. So let me quickly create it. Here I have to invite it. So I can invite you, all of you. This many people I've invited in the past. So let's say you can invite some other ID, SIM Galaxy or something like that. So here, invite this one, and he'll get the notification in the email. He has to accept it, and then he'll become a part of this member. Now after that, here you can create a team. So I've created a few teams. Let me create a few teams here. What is this? Ramu Kaka. This is a team, and visible secret whatever you want it, and add the members here into the team. So what member? SEM Galaxy. This member you invited, and he will get an email, and he'll be part of that particular team. Now the question is, you added a people here, and then you created a team and invited a people to that particular team, but what is the use of team? So these are the teams you have. You know what? You can use this team to grant a permission, level of permission in the repository. So for example, there is one team which I created just now, Ramu Kaka. So here I'll go repository, go to the setting, all these admin options, okay? And here there's so many options, don't get lost. Too many options are there. Right now, GitHub is a platform. Earlier, you know what? It used to be a hosting platform for only Git repo. Now it's become a complete platform. It's a all around, I mean, 100% solution for the software engineers. Okay, everything you can do through the GitHub. Okay, anyways, so here you can add a people, here you can add a team. I have a Ramu Kaka. So Ramu Kaka, here is Ramu Kaka. What access you want to give? Read, tries, admin access, write access, all this thing you can assign it and add it. Simple. So now the people who's a part of that particular team, okay, right now only one member, he will get access, read or write to this repository. So this is the way you can manage it. So now you got understanding of the people team. Now let me show you the package project. So here I'm creating this is the organization, so you can have a multiple projects. So project X I'm running. So here you want the layout table format or board format? Of course board format, because Scrum is the popular one. Table format is a very boring, it's like a normal one. So go for the board format. Roadmap, which will help you in terms of Kanban and also this is sufficient. Create it. This is the to do in progress done. So this is your board. What is the project name? So project name DevOps X and save it. Go back. And now this is the project X as part of the organization temporary. And now what to do? Add a task. DevOpscool.com is not working. One ticket. And you can create multiple tickets just like that every day. And I'm blindly creating, don't mind it. So here he created. Now every day we'll have a meeting. And can you please remind me what questions I should ask in the Scrum meeting, all of you?
Yeah,
Hey,
three
what you
questions.
did yesterday? What
Yeah,
you did yesterday? So yes, I worked on this. This is in progress. Okay. Are you having any roadblocks? No. And what you did yesterday? What is the roadblocks? And what is the third question? I forgot. Uh, anyone remember? What is the
What
you
you're going to
did?
do yesterday, what you did
next,
today.
What you're going to do today? Sorry, what you going to do
today.
today? Yeah,
Next.
so this is in progress. This is done. Everyone, I will ask this question as a Scrum Meet master, and this is the life will go on like that. Are you understanding? It's a basic one, not like advanced like a Jira, but still it's like a good one to get started with.
So this
Correct,
you're
no?
doing on the board, right? On the project
Yeah, this is
board.
a board actually. This is a board actually. Project board, DevOps. Okay, so this is the one. Now, guys, this is something which you have at GitHub. So I talked about the organization, team, authentications. Now this is a very important one. What is this? So guys, uh, I have not taught you Jenkins. It's long way to go actually. Long way to go. Jenkins. It will take at least 1.5 months to reach to that place. But you know what, guys? I've been telling you. I hope you remember that. I've been telling you code for product, code for testing the product, code for infra, code for monitoring, everything. I mean, I cannot write it so fast. So yeah, what I'm trying to say, code for product, code for testing, code for infrastructure, code for CI/CD, code for security, code for testing, code for deployment, code for everything. Nowadays, you have to write a code for everything. Okay, so the question is what exactly this is. The question is what exactly this one action, what is this? So here action means code for CI CD. What is CI means?
Continuous integration, continuous deployment.
And deployment, correct. So I told you, right, GitHub, Microsoft wants you to get all the features at GitHub only. GitLab wants to give you all the feature at GitLab only. That is the kind of concept which is happening. So what is happened? GitHub has introduced action. Using that, you can set up a CI/CD using coding. I repeat, coding. Okay, using coding. So what is a action? Action is a way to add the code for setting up the CI/CD. For example, build for Maven, Gradle, this, that, and all stuff like that. Okay, so now what to do? Nothing great. If you have a code committed here, which is not in this case, so let me take some code which is not empty. Let's say this one. So this, assume that this is a code, but though it's a fake code actually. So if you want to add a CI/CD process, what you have to do? Go to the action, and now you have to write one file in YAML file. Okay, now then you'll say, Rajesh, I'm very scared of writing a YAML file, this file, that file, and it's very irritating work. No problem, you have got so much of template, so you can use it. Your project in Java with Ant, Java with Gradle, Java with Maven, Java ECS, GKE, Tanset, I don't know, IBM Cloud, I have never used it, Alibaba. Uh, so many templates they have given it to you. So depends on requirement, you can you can select the templates and they will create a YAML file for you. So for example, your project in Maven, which you don't know right now, I assume, but still configure it. And now if you see that, this is your YAML file. You can write, you can modify this whole hell lot of tutorials has been given, so you can modify this, you can write it, all this thing, and this is a tutorial which you can go and read this. So here is saying, hey, this is YAML file where it will be stored. .github workflows, name of the file is YAML maven-publish.yaml. You can write it manually also, but right now I have copied from template. So what exactly is doing? So this is YAML file. I'll explain it to you in the Jenkins also. But here there is a jobs, build jobs as part of, you have a steps, 1 steps, 2 steps, 3 steps, 4 steps. What exactly these steps is doing? Let me explain it to you simple. Here is saying run on Ubuntu latest. You know container, right? All of you.
Yeah.
So this is the container actually. So this is Ubuntu container, it will run in it with the permission read and write. Now what it should be running, what it should be doing over there? So it should be check out the code which is the same repository. You should check out the code here, then set up a Java 11. Okay, and here you are setting up Java 11. Here you are Maven. I'll teach you Maven also. Here you are building it. Here you are deploying it, creating a repository, package, and GitHub token. So this repository will be available here uh, under this, under here packages. Okay, so all this thing, and let's commit this code. Where is the commit options? Commit new files. I committed. Now the code is not there, so this build will fail. Okay, this build will fail. So there's a not a good code. So if you go to the actions, and can we trigger it? Where is the trigger? Here it is. How do we trigger? So I'll tell you the magic. The moment anyone modify the code, okay, I repeat, the moment anyone modify the code, okay, here I'm doing through the GitHub itself, automatically the build will trigger. So see, I committed manually here, and can I go and check that action is triggered or not? It's not triggered. Why? I'm just checking it. So here it's not triggered, so I should check this one. And the problem is here. This is the problem. So the problem is when it should trigger the build. So here it says when someone releases that, types created. So what I want to change that based on the commit. So GitHub action trigger CI based on commit. New commit. So I'll just copy that. I have no more to write. Check run. So many, create what? Delete, deploy. Oh, I got so many. I think my notes will help me faster. GitHub action. This one will help me. So I will do based on the this one. So on push branches, which one? Master, pull request, master. So this is sufficient for doing that. So let me change this. Done. And now pull request is not required, only on the branches master. Commit. That means now anywhere if I commit on the code, automatically build will start. So let me commit this, and now I'm expecting that actions. See here, it got started. Understood now? So now it's just fully automated. So what is happening? You're writing a commit, it will fail because Java file is not there. But you're writing a code here, pushing it, automatically build is happening, deploying into the some artifacts, and testing, and everything is happening from here. So this is expected failure. So what you can do, I have one sample projects for it. Let me show you. That is where I will have a success, because this is the real projects, some sample projects. Here you see Source code is there, pom.xml is here, and if you see the git workflows, main.yaml, all these things. So here you have on trigger, so that if I modify this code, automatically it will start the building. So can we modify this readme.txt? There's so many modifications I've done in the past. I modify the code, and now if you go to the actions, see that build well bait trigger. See, updated this. So now, so this way you can use GitHub for implementing the CI/CD also. I gave you just a high level idea. You have to get into deep dive into it, because that's not a part of our DCP course. But in terms of CI/CD, we are covering the Jenkins in detail. That I'll talk about it. Yeah, but those many organizations, what they do is mainly startups. They want to, instead of implementing the Jenkins, they want to have it everything at one place only. So in that case, this is a great idea. Okay,
So
guys, did you understand, all of you?
basically, here, just like whatever changes you make, that is getting ready for the deployment, right? That's what it is doing, the build one.
It is building, it is testing, it is creating a packages, and uploading the packages that are ready to deployment. In fact, you can deploy also. That YAML file, whatever you write, it will happen that. I
Okay.
repeat, whatever you write in YAML file, I did not touch base that in detail, but you can write literally anything here, literally.
Okay. So you can package everything there and keep it in a single file where you can deploy this.
Right, yes, yes.
Rajesh, also piece of code is there, right? To push the code or create the container, basically.
Correct. Everything. I just said no. Everything. See in this code here, this is login to registry. Here you creating images. You're pushing the images to the registry, Docker, GitHub registry, not a Docker registry. All these things you can do that. In a nutshell, using this YAML file, you can do everything what you want.
What is this YAML file is called? We know XML, right? So similarly, YAML is like only GitHub uses that convention.
No. YAML is the reality of the day actually. So you have to learn YAML file. Just after this meeting,
Okay.
go for some YAML videos. I have in LMS also, but I don't remember where exactly that is. So Google will be faster. So learn YAML. What is YAML? How to write in YAML? How do you specify in YAML? So that's very important. Without that, you cannot have a DevOps tools training actually. And Sybil uses YAML. Uh, Kubernetes uses YAML. Docker uses YAML. So it's very very important.
Okay. Sure. Rajesh, you created the individual member, you added the team, then you came
Yeah.
to the project, then where everything is like, individual pieces, like what you're going to do, like you're going to link these people into this.
Yeah. What was the question? I could not understand.
No, you created the people, then you created the teams, then you came to the
I did not
project.
create people. I invited a member.
Okay.
If they accept, it will become a part of my organization, and then
Okay.
that people only I can add to the team, or I can invite also, and
Okay.
that team I'll be adding to the repository for accessing the read or write.
Okay.
Okay, so guys, this is the Git and GitHub. Any more questions, all of you?
If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest.
Thanks for watching.